First time playbook. Trying to get away from each other.
Set to get it started. Off we go from MetLife Stadium. They'll get this up at the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. At their own 21-yard line. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time. Here comes Jonathan Taylor. And a big run with the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, Richardson. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll pick up the first down on a gain of about 4.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just that little extra second you allow your wide receiver to continue to work open by the ability to move the pocket. Buy time with your feet, but remain a passer.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Out of shotgun, Richardson taking off, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down. So a pair of 1st downs moves him out to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. That's catch number 40 on the season for him.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
He keeps it himself. And he'll be taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal. 1st down.
This has been a great drive and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, Richardson rolling right. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Giants.
I'll tell you what, Mike. This looks like a completely different offense from a week ago. They just couldn't get anything going. Their self-inflicted penalties, the opposing team really had their way with them. But they looked really sharp. They had a great opening script. They executed it to perfection. And then not only to sustain possession, Mike, but so important nowadays is to win those possessions in the red zone and come away with 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First snap, and Murray goes to the air. Oh, a loose football. And the Giants come up with it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. from the 33. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Taylor. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Giants.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Richardson. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down, first and goal.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Exiting the pocket right. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Throwing, Richardson out to his right. He runs with it, and this will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. 3rd and goal. Now Richardson. He pulls it in around the 5. So Dave Canales will bring in the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. No issues there. This one is good. 1 quarter in the books. 10-0 is our score. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They go play action with Murray. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
And you know defensively, when you go up against an offense of this caliber, Mike, you're going to have to defend against those deep shots. That's a big part of what this offense is built upon. So that's a nice job attacking and defending downfield when they're able to force the incomplete pass.
Murray now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, you're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And good coverage by Hutchie. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
No. Should just start.
The man out of Purdue, that's Tyrone Tracy.
Like,
He's beyond midfield to the 40.
about time with Tracy giving it up.
And out of bounds task a bit tougher as they face second and goal. Richardson gonna look to throw. He'll dump this off to Taylor. Complete.
Really nice job here by the defense, staying disciplined as the quarterback gets flushed from the pocket. I mean, how often do we see those guys kind of creep in and allow the ball thrown over their head? They took away everything downfield, and all the quarterback could do was dump this one up.
To the pylon, he's in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, New York. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down throw for Murray. Here's a screen set up for Benson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down. Now Murray on first down. On the move left. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. Here's a run. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Arizona. Touchdown, number 9 for the year. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
A short one taken at the 10. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And a good tackle out wide. Will hold him to a gain of just 3.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
He finds the hands of Marquise Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Second and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. He's hit as he's through. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
Here's a third and 10.
On the coverage.
Here we go.
Richardson to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he will have a Giants first down. Big play there. Gain of 14 on 4th and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw, it's Richardson. He'll tuck it and take off. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25.
Richardson.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a first down.
Mike, anytime you're preparing to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
And he'll be driven out of bounds, and it's a pickup of 8.
Out of bounds at the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings
Here's
up
second and 2.
Ready?
That is quickly out to Diggs. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Third and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. Now Richardson. Moving left. Out of coverage. Too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Seven seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. And he will sit on here in the end zone for a touchback.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On first down, it's Murray. That's downfield by McBride. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. The Giants going to call their third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. field goal unit. This one from 54 yards out. Bates' kick is good. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Play action now. It's Murray. Moving to his right. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play.
And the Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard
Throwing
line.
now, Murray on first down. Escaping to his left. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Play action. It's Murray. Push down to his left. Now he takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. Dexter Lawrence. He works his way in, and that's now 5 sacks for him on the year.
Let's give a lot of credit there, Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bit on it, and quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the sack.
On third down, Murray. He's down at about the 8. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
6 yards. That's good. For the Cardinals, first down. First and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cardinals. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cardinals will cut it to a 2-point lead.
20. Cardinals 18.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Hey, check that.
On the give, this is Taylor. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
23-yard line.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. A gain of 16 yards. That's good for a giant first down.
39-yard line.
Looking to set up that wide receiver screen, get it out to the edge, but they do not connect, and that one is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's out to Brown, right side, complete, and he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain
They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense,
Donovan Taylor. And he will score. Donovan Taylor. Touchdown, New York. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
and Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
The extra point is up and through. The Giants will make it a two-score game as they are now up 9. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. CeeDee Lamb there to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Murray now to throw on first down. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
McBride is the motion man. They go play action for Murray. Back left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a first down. Working out of the gun, Murray. This is caught 2. And he'll take it on in. Ray McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
And he is into the end zone. The two-point conversion is successful.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
24-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. I'll run with Taylor. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
Sam Williams on the stop. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 26-yard line.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
on the ready.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. A run to start the fourth quarter, and here's Tracy. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the game to only one. This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. And this one's good for a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
He's trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big one here in the fourth quarter. It's a gain of 34. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun, Richardson. He's going to run it.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Richardson gonna look to throw. That's into the hands of Diggs. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Giants. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the fourth quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Go on. Let's go.
Now, this looks like a design run. A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Benson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Here's a design run. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Forced to his right. Now he'll run. And he is out of bounds down at the 21.
It's a gain of 8.
He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Go, Reed. Go.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to 60. Back to 60.
Murray is going to hand this this to Benson. And the first and goal is down inside the 10-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
Leads to second and goal.
Now, Murray. Here's a screen set up for Benson. And they'll get enough score out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes third and goal. Benson. And this defense standing tall in the red zone. They stop it for no gain. And now it's fourth and goal.
That third down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's third down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have fourth down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Cardinals. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time.
And he will get into the end zone for two. And this game is tied.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. Here is first and 10.
Alert! Alert!
On the handoff, it's Taylor. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Here comes second down. They'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, Giants.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game. As they approach midfield now, they've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
First down.
Round ball 80.
Here's Taylor. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Jalen Thompson on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the Cardinals' 28-yard line.
Second and 7. Richardson to throw. Flush to his right. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Savon Revel. And the Cardinals are going to get the football. And they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Murray. They'll try to set up the screen here. Now timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock.
Second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Go on, hurt.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
Biggest.
McBride is the motion man. Now a 2nd down throw from Murray. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
The crowd at MetLife on their feet for 3rd down.
That's one. Two.
From the gun, it's Murray. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Here we go. This is 4th down. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. They'll try and throw for it with Murray.
Oh my God.
Scary ball on 4th down. It does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. So now, a big spot coming here. This to win the game. Card's going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. And no return here. This is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He's going to let one go deep for left. That'll be taken down, and that is going to do it. Oh, the comeback falls short. Time runs out. This game is over. So it's a win for the men in blue. The Giants get it done. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away 3-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Since one of the game drives, it has been slower all games. This one's quickly moved up too. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that. Just like an athlete.